We live? Are we live? We're live. It says we're live. Okay. Hello, everybody. Florida Singularity here. Hey, just want to give you an update on the efforts I've been putting in as far to getting healthy and losing some weight. I have to tell you, I really wanted to wait until day 7 and like to do this weekly, but I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait here at day 4. And I really have to tell you, 24 hours later, I already still started feeling better by implementing what I've been doing. And maybe by the time I'm done with the end of my, well, it's 27 weeks now. I'm giving myself 27 weeks, not 23, because the Greece trip has been postponed until April. So we have time for you to sign up to go with us to Greece in April. If you go to ihrg.org and look up Greece, or write me at Jonathan at P33Adventures, and we can talk about you going to Greece or Israel in December if you want to go with me to Israel in December. But about health right now, I signed up for MyFitnessPal years ago. It's probably about 4 or 5 years ago. But my sisters have been using it. They turned me on to it, and they helped me set the macros and, to kind of help kind of accelerate weight loss a little bit. And those macros were given to them by a personal trainer. Hey, Jen James, good to see you. Hello, hope you're doing good too. Good to see you. And but I went online and I looked at the macros, and they were right in line with what I should be doing. And so, the next step in my process was I signed up for Beachbody On Demand. I've had it for 3 months, specifically to use a particular program because I got the DVDs, and the DVDs skipped to my player. It was the 22-minute hardcore workout, 22-minute hardcore workout. The DVDs kept skipping no matter what DVD player I put it in. Called the company. They immediately sent out a replacement set. Very good response from Beachbody, I have to say this. And no, I'm not a Beachbody coach. I actually signed up a few years ago to be one, and I immediately almost turned around within 2 weeks later for different reasons that I just won't go into here. But decided it was not for me, but again, I have nothing but good things to say about the company. So it wasn't the company so much. It was just maybe a little bit more expensive to actually do it at the time than what I wanted. So I'm not a coach, but Beachbody On Demand. So now I've set it so that in the morning I've got a workout time that I'm doing, and I have to tell you, I have been so sedentary, and I've gained such weight, been so sedentary that I decided, just for fun, on Saturday afternoon, I thought I'm going to try just one of the lightest workouts. And there's one, I'm doing a low impact one, and I thought, this is enough for me right now. Not that I couldn't do something a little bit harder, but it was enough at the time. And I just wanted something right now just to get me into the habit, and not where I wake up in the morning dread having to do something a little bit more intense. Just doing that low impact activity. It's 30 minutes. And all right, I'll tell you right now, I'm almost embarrassed to tell you which one it is. It's the Leandro workout. It's the U version 2. You did P90X. You got addicted to it, lost 35 pounds. I'm going to work my way up to it. Good job, Papa Truck. I'm going to work my way up to P90X. I think I tried it years ago. I bought those DVDs. I didn't have trouble with the DVDs then, but I had trouble getting my butt up out of bed and actually lifting the weights at the time. So, I'll work my way up to that. But I also don't have a chin-up bar, and I have a bad back, and I have to do some modifiers when I do that. So I use dumbbells anyway. When they have the chin-up stuff, I just use my dumbbells. So, and hey, good to see you, by the way. Papa Truck, happy you're here. So I've been doing that. So basically just adding that in there, along with my, you supplement some of the stuff. Like you're talking about supplement, supplement exercise and moves. Okay. Yeah, that is tough. Well, my next goal is I probably will go to the 22-minute trainer to the 22-minute hardcore. I like the workouts. I thought they were good. I could modify them and still do them. And, all right, good. And, I enjoyed it, so I'm working my way back up to that, and I like Tony Horton as a trainer. He's good. He's goofy and fun, and I like it, and so I just enjoy. And it's 22 minutes. Either that or well, I'll do that, and then I probably will try Insanity for a couple of months. So I may do Insanity and see what happens with that, and then maybe move on to maybe P90X, or I think you can skip and go right up to P90X too. Anyway, I have discovered one thing, that this MyFitnessPal, that's the other leg of this branch. MyFitnessPal really makes you think about what you're eating, and you're not so cavalier about just shoving stuff in your mouth now and just eating it. My goodness, I had no idea some of the calorie counts on some of the things I was eating. Ooh, mercy! But I got to tell you, I'm also surprised at how much I could be eating right now and still meet my calorie count. I'm running at a deficit now. Now, the way the MyFitnessPal calculates, the calories you can eat and still lose. You're right. You can lose a quick 10 or 20 just by changing your diet. You sure can. You sure can. And you know what? I'm also an advocate of fasting too. I've gone for long stretches, but I find a 3-day stretch is a nice recharge. But I'm already down maybe I'm going to say a couple pounds. Now I know it's the honeymoon weight, the water weight and whatever they say when you first start a diet and a plan. But down a couple of pounds, I can already feel a difference in my shirts and the way I feel. And from the exercise, I can feel it, the way I move. It tightens things up, and I feel like 10 times better than what I did before. So sometimes it's just getting that one little spark just to get you up and going. But what I'm doing right now is of course, I have a stash of diet food and diet shakes from times past. And while I do like to keep things natural and simple, I did tell myself, I said, I'm going to be doing lean greens and lean meats and lean and greens. So a lean and green, like I did when I did MetaFast a few years back, and I lost weight on I enjoyed MetaFast, actually. I had some great results on MetaFast about 10 years ago, lost a good bit of weight, and kept most of it off for a while, and now I'm kind of almost back up to my high-end weight. The concept of MetaFast was 5 shakes a day, or 5 of their meal supplements a day, and then 1 meal of protein, protein like, the size of your hand, and then a serving of greens on top of that. Once you get in the rhythm of that, you're fine. And I find that I'm getting to eat very generously on the MyFitnessPal plan, because when I plug in the numbers, I'm doing good. But I tried Nutrisystem for 10 minutes. Could not stand Nutrisystem. I thought the food was just horrible. I couldn't understand it. It was just too... But they had these shakes here. Oh, and I thought the plan was also it was very mercenary. They make you sign up for a monthly plan, and then, boom, they charge you for 1 more month when you want to quit, and it's awful. But I got a lot of shakes out of it. And actually, I really enjoyed this shake. This shake, I will have to say, helped me. It keeps me... Negative calorie foods. Yeah, I want to get a list of those. I didn't know apples were negative calorie. I know broccoli is, and like celery. But I didn't know apples were negative calorie. I guess because of the fiber in there, huh? Speaking of fiber, I'm also I tried one of these. I found these at Target. And I found those. It's a Quest protein cookies that fit right into my diet this morning. I used that in place of a shake this morning, because what I'll do for breakfast, I'll have egg beaters and a can of sardines. I know, egg beaters, a can of sardines, and let me tell you what, that holds me for a long time. And then around mid-morning, I'll have like one of these shakes. But today I had one of the Quest cookies that held me for a bit. Then I'll go have... For lunch today and yesterday, I had like salmon patty, not salmon patty, but salmon fillet and some broccoli. Pretty simple. And then for dinner tonight, I did get a little fancy, but I got I got chicken that I cooked in a Chinese seasoning, but I counted that all in. I looked it up, and somebody had put it in there, and the counts were correct on what was on the package, and so I counted that in there. And I threw in some English peas, and I counted those English peas, and I counted everything. Now, I am over in my carbohydrates now a little bit by 3 grams. Not too bad. And I've already put in this little treat for tonight. Now, this is the one I ate last night. I wanted this as a show and tell item. This is Halo Top ice cream. Wow. Yeah, I put this in, and when MyFitnessPal popped up and just said, "Oh, Halo Top ice cream. This has a good amount of fiber in it." It tells you like a recommendation. Either either MyFitnessPal will kind of say, "Hey," well, they'll give you a little affirmation. Either, "Hey, this has a lot of fiber. This has a lot of protein. This is high in protein. It's high in whatever." Um, or it will scold you for saying, "Hey, your goal was to stay under this amount today. Don't You may not want to do that." Um, but this fulfilled everything. I mean, in one serving, and really, it's expected that you eat this entire thing. So it's 4 servings in here, but they count 320 calories. That's for this entire pint. So one serving has 80 calories. It's got 3 grams of fat. It has 0 cholesterol. Now it does have 16 grams of carbohydrates, so it's up there in carbohydrates. And it's got 3 grams of protein. Now this is the low protein. This is the dairy. This is the vegan one. Now the one I got tonight, I've got one that is the higher protein count. It's the pancakes and waffles flavor, and it's only 280 calories. But really, I think some schools of thought say that, look, as long as you're under the calorie count and you have your macros kind of roughly fine, you're going to be okay. It's the calorie count. And again, I overcompensate on some of my servings when I input, and I'm in a deficit every day, and I can tell I'm in a deficit. And plus my little exercise this morning, it's very light. It's nothing. It burns 230 calories, apparently. So puts me at a deficit. So I've been running pretty well these last about 3 or 4 days. So having been completely sedentary for a while now, going to a desk job, coming home, crashing, you know, wintertime in Florida is still wintertime. I mean, it gets dark here at 5:30 at night, and when it gets dark, I shut down. You're done. You just want to be done for the day, and so it's no different Florida than it is in Nebraska, I guess, in some cases. Um, but now in Florida, or now everywhere, the day is getting longer, and this is the time of year that I love right now. When the daylight is longer at night and mornings. Oh, and speaking of sleep, I set my alarm to get up about 15 minutes early. No, 20 minutes earlier than what I had been before. So instead of getting up at 5:15, I'm up at 4:50 now, because I have to do some logistical things in the morning. If I have an English student to teach online, I have to send them an invite at 5, and I need to be at least coherent enough to do that. Had the lesson from 5:30 to 6, but I haven't had a student yet, so nobody's signed up. So I can kind of start my workout a little bit early. But 6 to 7, I've dedicated that entire hour to any kind of exercise that I need, or whatever. And but it doesn't take that long. So 6 to 6:30, I work out, and then I can go shower and all that stuff. And I leave for work at 7:20. And yes, I can be in the shower at 7, and I mean, good shower. Hello, it doesn't take me long. I can be in and out, and ready to go on the road. Into the shower at 7 and ready to go by 7:15. So it's awesome. So I like to keep it low maintenance, but so it's and but I'm up earlier. I mean, I'm up earlier, and it's not hard to get up. I'm didn't even adjust my alarm, but one day, and now I'm waking up a little bit before my alarm even goes off. And at 9, I'm worried about, am I going to fall asleep or not? And I never have trouble falling asleep anyway, so it's never a problem. So I go lay down in my bed and go, man, am I going to go to sleep? Oh, and I'm like, I'm up, and and I'm ready to go. But just want to encourage anybody out there that's listening and say, if you haven't gotten started yet, please get started. All you have to just take that first step. And that first step is the toughest, but as soon as those endorphins hit your bloodstream, and as soon as that first pound comes off, you're going to already feel a difference. And as soon as your muscles get tuned up and tightened up and toned up and get some kind of memory built into them, you're gonna be just fine. I mean, you're gonna feel it. And a friend of mine told me, "Hey, Mama Mitzi, how you doing? Hey, good to see you. Hey, how's Beachbody with your back? I had 2 back surgeries 8 years. Oh, bless your heart. Worried about hurting my neck as it's getting bad. And I love the Halo ice cream. Yes, good stuff, huh? Beachbody, it depends. Well, Beachbody has several different programs to choose from, so it really depends on what you choose. But in every single one of them, of course, they always stress safety, and they always stress the fact that there's something you can't do, modify. So Jen, I would choose something low impact, obviously. Um, choose one of the low impact. They also have some. Now I hate to say yoga, but they do have some yoga things, and I have done some of the. I'm not a fan of yoga as a practice per se, because of the Middle Eastern, religious aspects of it. But sometimes stretching is just stretching, and you can call it whatever you want to. But until they start, lighting incense and going cling cling gong gong, start chanting them, no, or doing meditation. Meditation, no. So, stretching is stretching. In fact, I'll confess to you now, it's like I actually really enjoyed enjoyed Bikram yoga. In fact, I really liked Bikram yoga. If you're not familiar with Bikram yoga, it's an hour and a half long, and it is, and there was no spiritual aspect to it that I know of when it was created. I think it was created solely for the purpose of creating a profit. There is a man by the name of Bikram, and he is nowhere near any kind of guru that I know of. But it is 90 minutes long. The postures are exactly the same throughout the entire 90 minutes. And it's like there's no variation. But how you do those postures will vary from one exercise to the next. And it's heated up in a room about 95 degrees with like something, X percent of amount of humidity. But going to Bikram for me, and plus I like to shower beforehand and like before I even do that, and of course afterwards. And it's not easy to get to, and it's of course it being an hour and a half, that's like having a part-time job, really going and plus it's something I really wanted to do every day. I mean, it's really, in fact, they kind of encourage you to do that every day. But if you can't do it, some people just do it 3 times a week. But paying for it was, you'd need a part-time job to pay for it. It was kind of expensive, and then getting there, shower, getting prepped and ready, waiting for the next class. Then you had the hour and a half class, and then afterwards showering, and then the drive back home was like 40 minutes just to get back home. Even if I left from where I worked at the time, it took me half an hour to get from where I worked. So again, see, it was all that. But I hate to say, I really did like Bikram when I took it, and that's been about 5 years now, at least since I last took it. But anyway, guys, just want to give everybody just an update on where I am, and just to wherever you are in your venture, and your journey with this. And of course, this is relating this to preparedness. I can just imagine. Yeah. Ben & Jerry's has lactose-free ice cream, some good flavors with almond milk, and they're really good. Yeah, I looked at those. I think they were higher in calories than the Halo Top, Jen, and because I think the store had them right above, and I went with a Halo Top. I've tried the Arctic Zero. Have you had the Arctic Zero? Arctic Zero is okay, but I think so far I've liked the Halo Top a little bit better. But also eat the Arctic Zero. It's low calorie, but in terms of preparedness, it's like, I can't imagine me a week ago versus the me now, with whatever little changes I've got, having to deal with an emergency situation. I have more energy now, and I'm just thinking about where my energy is going to go, and where is this? I mean, my energy is only going to climb up, or at least be sustained at this level to some degree, because I'm going to be losing more weight, and I have a goal. Really, my goal is about 35 pounds. So I know it doesn't look like it in my face. I have a very thin face, so who knows what this face is going to look like when I lose, 35 pounds. But, my gut for sure. But, imagine my energy where it's going to be from that point onward. So, so onward and upward. I will be giving another review later, probably this weekend or maybe earlier next week. And the mosquitoes are coming out right now, so I got to get inside, y'all. It is getting yucky, and plus I got my arms full with Quest Bar and Halo Top ice cream and Nutri-Shake. So got to do portion control at all times. You're right, and MyFitnessPal's helping me with that. So that is, yeah, that's very much an advantage. So that is very much helping. So everyone has a good night. Jen, I hope I hope you find something good for that back. Oh, I think DDP Yoga is good. That's another one. Good. Jen, I will, honey. I got that email sitting right there, ready to go, written, half of it. And I keep starting it, and I walk away and start and walk away. And I got a little bit, so I promise y'all respond to you on that. So anyway, y'all have a good night, everyone. We'll see y'all later. Bye-bye. Thanks. Are you sure you want to stop this? I have to end and press another button, don't I? There we go.